Bop, 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 bop. I sound like dog shit this week, and then I'll sound like a different kind of dog shit next week. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
Because you haven't sounded like dog shit this entire run of this show until now.
Exactly. I have never in my life sounded like dog shit until this moment in this show.
You know, it's crazy. I hear that people like in the music industry, or even people that edit their own podcasts like myself, when they like go to edit their stuff, they can't stand the sound of their own voice. But for me, I'm like, no, my voice is fine.
You're like, it's just this other piece of shit that I talk to every week that I can't stand.
It's Rachel's voice that I'm like, God, this bitch
fucking
cannot
whore.
stop coughing.
Yeah, I'm going to try really hard not to cough and clear my throat. It will happen at some point, but I'm going to try not to do it excessively.
I mean, I clear my throat all the time, and I just did it. It's fine because usually, like, when you clear your throat, or when I clear my throat, it's while the other person's saying some long-winded shit. So it's just like a single blip and like a big fucking...
a big soup
thing
of
silence, so it's like, cool.
Yeah. Fantastic.
We're recording like 2 days late this week, and I'm all like, yeah, sure. I agreed because I'm like, that works out better. Until I realized this morning, I'm like, the video game awards are tonight. Shit.
Oh.
So...
well, that's
you're
unfortunate.
welcome for my presence.
Yeah. Fuck. Thank you for being here, because I don't know if the movie that we're about to review is remotely worth missing the video game awards. I mean, actually, I think we do know that it remotely is not worth it.
Well, I mean, we got to start the show and get into it first. First, yeah. I do have a little bit of preamble that I think is kind of funny.
Is it about the windy gas passer? Because I forgot about that until I reopened our chat just now.
That was last week.
I know.
No, but I was thinking about how I don't know about you, but I'm pretty sick of living in unprecedented times.
Yeah, it is kind of fun to have a new unprecedented time, like every single week.
Yeah, I'd like things to be kind of precedented and wake up and be like, oh, wow, things are exactly how I expect them to be in a good way. I don't like being like, I'm expecting shit and I got shit, and that's shit. But one thing I am sick of is hearing, well, that wasn't on my 2025 bingo card. Like, it got tired in February.
Yeah,
I mean, it got tired years ago because people have been saying it for years now, but like this year, a lot.
No, like at this point, if you didn't have every space as like wild card free space, you were wrong. So we don't need to keep talking about it. The year's over. And honestly, it feels like only just yesterday that we were like, he's only been president for a month and shit's already happening. And it's been a year. And here we are. And it's December.
I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about the
so many
general
other
state
things.
of everything else. I mean, that's a big part. That is a big fucking
no,
piece
this is
of
like
this
a drop,
Trivial Pursuit pie shit.
A drop in the bucket of diarrhea that we are dealing with. But it is just phenomenal how fast this year went by with the quantity of crazy shit that's been happening.
That said, do you want to know what truly wasn't on my 2025 bingo card?
Yes, I do.
Flea, the infamously naked bassist of Red Hot Chili Peppers, releasing solo jazz music.
Excuse me?
Flea, if you don't know, is the bassist of Red Hot Chili Peppers. He's known for being one of the greatest bass players of all time until this point. I mean,
pretty much.
He is amazing.
Did he ruin it with the new jazz solo?
I don't know. Tomorrow there might be somebody better is what I'm saying.
Okay.
But like, Flea is talented. That's for sure. And I mean, I don't really like Red Hot Chili Peppers that much. I like a couple songs, but like for the most part, I could take or leave it. He's also very famous for just being naked on stage. Like, everybody knows this.
I was going to make a
I'm
job.
I'm not breaking news here.
Blah, blah, blah. I was going to make a joke where I was like, I wish I could have that job. And then I was like, oh, that's just stripping. I could do that now.
But like, he did release some solo jazz music, and like, I don't like it.
Sorry, I took a drink of water when you said that, and then I was trying really hard not to laugh. I don't like it. Uh,
It's no, okay. It's your typical type of like artsy jazz music. Like the jazz music itself is fine. It's got great bass. I mean, it's going to, but it is also Flea, and it does a thing where it's like long music, and you see Flea doing like interpretive dance, and that's strange.
is he naked when he does the interpretive dancing?
Oddly enough, no.
Oh,
It feels
weird.
like it seems like those are years behind him, but like
Huh.
then he does like do like the like slam poetry singing, and it's like, Flea, you're not the singer of Red Hot Chili Peppers. You remember that, right?
And there's perhaps a reason for this.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it's just kind of. I think the first thing he says is like, I don't care about your fucking politics, and it's just like, here we go. Look. At this point, you can't just say I'm so sick of politics. That's just everything now. We've talked about it. We've definitely covered this more than enough. We're not a political podcast. But hearing Flea fucking try to pull that shit, I'm not having it.
I feel like I have nothing to say because I haven't heard it. And I'm just really intrigued about what it sounds like.
I mean, I'm intrigued too. Like, I saw it on YouTube, and I'm like, there's what? No way. And I definitely watched all of it and went, I could have not done that. And that would have been fine. By the way,
done that.
The Video Game Awards right now, Hogwarts Legacy is free on Epic Games. So if you don't have it, if you didn't pay for it, like I did, I waited years. I was like, I don't want to buy it because
Someday.
transphobia.
Yeah.
And then I've seen it on sale for like $10 at a time, and I'm like, I still don't.
That's still
wanna do
money.
it.
Yeah.
It's free right now on Epic to claim forever.
And this episode will probably be posted after it's not free.
Yeah, I'm letting you know, Rachel. Like, because this episode's post on Thursday, and it changes every Thursday. So no,
No,
it's gone.
see, I fucked up, and I don't pay attention to the internet or like goings on almost at all. To
You
a
pay attention to
problematic
shit,
hold
like-
on. To a problematic level that I'm willing to admit and have also acknowledged that it's a problematic level, so I've course corrected because I did buy that game. And then later heard about this and was like, "Oh my god. I've given my money to this horrible fucking human being, and I don't want that." And I can't go back in time, unfortunately.
Hold up.
But I can educate myself for the future.
You bought Hogwarts Legacy?
Yeah. Yeah, I
You
did.
bought Hogwarts Legacy, like, but before knowing that she's transphobic? We've known about this for years, Rachel.
No, I didn't. I didn't know.
Everybody
I
point
really-
and laugh at Rachel.
I really can't explain to you how much I like don't pay attention to the internet. So I wasn't aware that she was an asshole. And then
All
it
I'm
obviously was
saying-
brought to my attention. I was like, "Oh, she's a cunt. Like a giant cunt. Not just like kind of a cunt. She's a huge gaping cunt." We should probably cut this because we're gonna get sued
there's
by
no
J.K.
fucking way.
Rowling.
Yeah,
No, I
fucking
don't.
let her.
You don't need to cut it. She can sue me for the nothing that I have, and I can call her a cunt in court, and I will do so happily.
I'm just saying, as long as you've known me, I have given you a weekly newsletter on
When did this game come out? Fact checker.
Hogwarts Legacy. Came out like
Yeah.
2-3 years ago, maybe, but like the whole transphobia thing has been happening for years now.
I just didn't know, dude. Like, I don't know how to explain to you that it just wasn't something that I knew about.
This just drives home the fact that not only
Oh my
not
god,
paying
it came
attention to
out
the
in
internet,
2023? No, this is just hold
the
on.
game.
Yeah, I looked it up. There's no fucking excuse for me. This
There
came out
really
in
isn't.
2023. She's been a terrible person for so much longer.
Yeah, girl. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, dude.
don't
I'm
know
a
what to tell
bad
me either.
person, and I'm willing to admit that I am a bad person because I purchased this game, and I've made mistakes, and I'm trying to learn from them. Because, good lord, that's bad.
I mean, to be fair, there's a team that worked on the game, and like technically the money doesn't go into Joanne's wallet.
I know, but it goes
still-
to Joanne's
still.
ego, and I can't have that either. So I've done a boo-boo.
Well, you already fucked up there.
Yeah.
Granted, there's a lot of people who play video games online for people for money, and they kind of have to play the new stuff. Like that's That's kind of their job. And they got a lot of bullying from people that were like, you're transphobic. And also, that's not fair either. And maybe don't do that because they're not openly being transphobic. I mean, if they're playing the game and they're like, fuck the liberals, yeah, sure, they suck. But like, for the most part, people are like...
If you're playing Hogwarts Legacy and you think to yourself, fuck the trans people, then you might be transphobic.
Yeah, you definitely are.
Welcome to We Have That Podcast at Home, the only podcast to willingly shove garbage down everyone's throat week after week in the hopes that the inevitable heat death of the universe comes sooner rather than later so we can all end it all. Because this is fucking terrible. I'm on brand Rachel.
And I'm on brand Gamage. Rachel said she had an intro, and I didn't know that she was recycling the one we've used for the last 50 weeks.
That wasn't on my bingo card, Gamage. How about you?
Each week we spin a wheel to figure out the topic of next week's podcast, but we spin wheels way less than we actually do.
I know, it's starting to become like haunting.
For all of December, we are doing Dinocember, where we review a different dinosaur movie every week. We are at week 3 now, and we are tackling Theodore Rex. And I can't believe that this movie exists. Like we talked about it last week after the show ended, like when we were kind of figuring out what we were doing. But we talked about how, like, if you were raised in the 90s, you remember seeing this movie at the video store, renting it, and being present in a room where it plays, but nothing about the actual movie or how it ends actually sticks. And
yep, pretty much.
So I was kind of excited. Like, I get to watch this movie as an adult for the first time. But it is a buddy cop movie starring Whoopi Goldberg as Katie Coltrane, who teams up with Theodore Rex, a talking T-Rex, dressed in clothes.
Why did you say it like that?
What?
Why did you say it like that?
Because it was funnier.
Okay.
Rachel, what do you think the budget of this movie is?
Oh, fuck. I didn't look this up intentionally because I was like, Gamage is going to tell me this.
Yeah, I will.
$2 million.
$2 million.
Higher or lower? I want to play the game.
It's higher.
Oh my God. Fuck, really?
Yeah.
$8 million.
Nope.
Higher?
Higher.
Holy Christ and a half. $30 million.
$33.5 million.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Came out in 1996 with a budget of $33.5 million. That is 34 times as much as Tammy the T-Rex's budget was, which we covered last week. That
is fucking insane. And I was wondering the whole time while watching this film how much they spent on the budget, because I'm like, there's a lot of shit going on. Like, they made so many sets for this, and I just don't know how they did this, but $33.5 million makes sense. That'll do it.
I mean, 30 million of that, all Whoopi Goldberg, let's be honest.
But the other three went to the set design. Can you look up, fact checker, can you look up how much money Whoopi Goldberg actually made from this movie?
I'd like to know that too.
I would be deeply interested in knowing how many of that 30 million was just Whoopi Goldberg being in this. And them praying that she's the reason it's successful.
Fun fact, Whoopi Goldberg received a nomination for a Razzie for this, which is an award for really bad movies. This movie is the first ever direct-to-video movie to receive any sort of Razzie nomination. Like,
I feel like
this movie came out and it was so bad that the Razzies were like, okay, we're opening up our gates.
We're going to allow it. This deserves this. I can't, the last thing in our chat is T-Rex penis, and I just keep looking at it and going, oh. And it just keeps oh my God, she was paid $7 million for this movie. And that was increased from the additional $5 million to keep her attached to the project after a legal dispute. Probably because she said this fucking sucks. Out of the controversial low-budget film, 30 million's low budget?
Well, I mean, the movie feels low budget.
The producer sued Goldberg for 20 million after she initially backed out, leading to the renegotiation. Could you imagine your lawyer coming up to you and being like, no, you actually have to do it. You fucking serious? Yeah, you got to do it. Otherwise, you owe them money.
That happens all the time.
I know. But then this is what you have to do, is this film.
Like, I always remember Bruce Willis when he did Fifth Element, which came out a year after this movie, by the way. All the time on the set, like I'd hear stories about how Bruce Willis would like walk up to everybody and just tell them, this movie's going to end your career. Say goodbye. Like, this movie's the worst movie I've ever done ever. It's also my favorite movie ever.
Wasn't it like wildly popular too? Or was it a cult classic where it became wildly popular later?
It was popular and a cult classic. Like, if that makes sense. Like, because it's
it hit initially also.
Yeah, I think the budget for Fifth Element was like in the 90 millions. So Damn. 3 times this.
Do you think
I think it made it back totally.
Do you think she watched Fifth Element and was like, damn, could have been me. Could have been me.
It was supposed to have a theatrical release, but big surprise, turned into a straight DVD movie. I feel like it's because this movie is made and then the people in charge of all that. Yeah, not DVD, VHS. I understand. But I feel like the people in charge saw the final product and they're like, this is not touching any theater. You can suck my corporate dick.
We cannot release this to the public.
So let's get into this movie.
Fucking hop right in, man.
No, hold on. The film was initially intended for theatrical release in North America during Christmas 1995. But a glut of competition as well as rush on the post-production work for the effects-heavy film led to New Line Cinema delaying the release. Subsequently intended to release the... this is boring. This movie sucks.
I love this decision came as a result of failed test marketing in Las Vegas. There's more after that, but that's all I wanted.
But, like, imagine trying to test a movie out in Las Vegas where, like, you can hear the slot machines outside and you're like, come on, man.
I want to go back. Take me back.
What is this?
Danny boy,
made it the most expensive.
The slots are calling.
The most expensive direct-to-video movie of the time. That I believe, because 33 million, that's a lot. Twitch's was like 20 million.
God, was it really?
Something like that. Like,
we need
both
to start
of them together
keeping
were
a
40
chart
million.
Of like what we've ranked a movie and what its fucking net budget was.
Yeah.
Would be interesting to know.
I'd care less about how much money they did make, because if we're reviewing it, not a lot.
Yeah,
probably.
well, and that's why I said net budget, but what I really meant was like what money were they given to make this to begin with? I don't want to know how much you made. I don't care. That means nothing to me. I want to know what you spent on this.
It feels like a lot of movies are I've said it before, are like money laundering schemes.
They fucking have to be.
I've been watching Ozark lately, and I'm an expert on that now.
You're like, I know how to launder. I just put it in the dry cleaner, and they do it for me. My little dollar bills come out crisp.
Twitch's was 20 million. Yep.
Tiachis.
All right, let's get into the movie. So, we start out with the title crawl, and it says "Once Upon a Time in the Future," and I immediately like paused, and I'm like, I don't want to do this.
That's because what I did too. I literally, the first screen came up, I paused the film and was like, I need to do something else before I sit down for this, because I know what this is going to be now, and I don't want to be here.
Because, like, once upon a time implies, days have passed, and it's like, once upon a time in the future.
And then it's the fucking Star Wars title crawl, but it was bulleted.
Yeah.
Then that was a weird choice.
The title crawl explains how Elazar Kane, or Elazar, I don't remember. Kane is going to send the world into an ice age, which he will then reanimate the pairs of all Earth's animals he keeps frozen in his ark to create his vision of paradise. I quoted that because that's the exact sentence.
Yeah, it was a lot. And it was not well written.
I don't know if you know this, but title crawls are supposed to give like context clues to what's already happened and why we're here. It's not supposed to just give out the plot of the movie. Like,
yeah. It
what's the
pretty
point?
much looks like they bullet pointed. Like, this was what somebody handed to somebody to be like, this is what we're going to make next. And they went, okay. Because it was just like the quick bullets of a project presentation. They're like, fuck it. Let's just make that the beginning of the film. Like, everybody got real hyped about what Star Wars did, and then they had a distinct lack of understanding of how to use it.
Yeah, like title crawl. You just explain it there. No. We start the movie black and white, which means it's in the past, where a long-haired vampire dude sicks an exploding butterfly on an unassuming T-Rex. I also paused it here and went, I don't want to do this.
Yeah. I paused it and thought about looking up the long-haired vampire guy, because I was like, you look wildly familiar. And then I went, there's no way that he's actually ever been in anything. So I didn't do it. But who he reminds me of is the vampire from, oh my God. What the fuck? I don't know why I just blanked what this is called. It's the vampire movie where the vampires wear leather outfits and have crazy blue eyes and they're fighting werewolves. And I think it starts with a U.
Way more specific, Rachel.
No.
That's
There's
like 20
really popular one that has like 3 or 4 films. You know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about. I know the specific one, but
yeah,
like
it starts
the
with
fact
a U,
is
right?
that
What's it
it's
called?
Underworld.
Oh, thank you. Fucking Christ.
But the fact that like without that U, the U to lead me to Underworld, it could have been fucking 20 different movies.
Hey, I did say with a U in the first series of things. You just cut me off. So if you didn't hear it, that's your fault. But he reminds me of the Big Papa Grandpa, the Big Papa vampire from that.
I want to say it starts with a V, like Varys or some shit. I don't know. It's been years and I don't care.
It doesn't matter. He's like a long-faced dude.
He looked like the guy that played Lucius Malfoy in the Harry Potter movies. A very Harry Potter themed episode.
He looks like one of the vampires from Twilight.
Is there another vampire movie you wanted to hit? Maybe Interview with the Vampire. You haven't said that one yet.
No,
he does look like Brad
like
Pitt from Interview from the Vampire.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
That's a stretch, and you know it.
He looks like the vampire from Blade, actually, like very much so.
We need a side by side of all of these.
No, he does look like the vampire from The Little Vampire.
No, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't, Rachel. He doesn't at all.
Does he actually look like the one from Blade? Because I'm going to look up all of these things.
You know, he might, but I don't think so. Maybe the one from the Trinity. I love Blade Trinity, and I don't care who gets in my face about it. I don't care. Moving on. So, everything's in plastic.
Yeah, that guy. He looks more like the one from Twilight. But yeah, like if him and the one from Twilight had a baby, it would be this little vanilla shit. Everything's covered in plastic while the vampire guy's walking around. I never figured out why.
I think it's because it's a lazy aesthetic. Because like the setting of this movie is kind of cyberpunk diet.
Cyberpunk light.
Yeah, we're like it's using the cyberpunk aesthetic, but like missing all of the other themes that come with cyberpunk. Like cyberpunk has themes of like dystopia, and punk is a huge part of it. Because every time you see something that's like cyberpunk, steampunk, it's because there needs to be like rebellion in there of like fighting the system and all that. And like this movie didn't have any of that, really.
No, they completely took cyberpunk and they just like, it's like the Wish version. I know we make that joke about a lot of things, but this feels like the most accurate thing where it's just like you looked at something and liked the vibe. And you were like, how about if we left out all of the soul that makes this actually interesting, worthwhile, and a commentary on like the human experience?
But yeah, it's the dark alleys with fog. Like that's what they went with. And like plastic is kind of goes into that because garbage. Like I said, they're using the aesthetic of cyberpunk without any of the actual themes that makes it cyberpunk. Our hero, Theodore Rex, was having a dream. Is that Matt Smith?
No. That's so funny. I feel Like
It kind of looks like it.
Smith would be insulted by this, but it is really accurate. And I think that's just, oh, that's so good. It's like if
He's
you
got
took
that
Matt Smith
Smith
and just kind of
forehead.
stretched him out. Because his head's not wide enough.
Get that forehead a two-way. Let
You
ET
need to
phone
just
home.
like pull his chin down and it'd work.
I can't believe his forehead is actually longer than Matt Smith's too.
Yeah,
That's
I know.
getting this side by side, like, whoa.
I think it's because his eyebrows are up in that. Like it's
Yeah.
gotta be.
All right,
Because you can see the wrinkle.
we zoom in on Theodore Rex, who wakes up. He's having a dream about this murder, like you do. He
That's
gets
one
ready
does.
for his day with a shower. Dude. No, I was just thinking, like, you know how people in the shower, like, pee in the shower, and that's a huge controversy. So for dinosaurs who have cloacas, do they, like, do the full-on
Yeah,
all
would
of
you
it
just
in the
like
shower?
waffle stomp because you're just sort of shitting in the shower?
Yeah, maybe.
They just like,
What's
gotta
your
have like
opinion
really big
on peeing in the
drains.
shower?
On peeing in the shower?
Yeah.
I don't feel like it's a bad thing to pee in the shower. Like I clean my tub on a regular basis and I'm cleaning my body and I don't know, like there's worse things that could be in there.
I mean, I just kept seeing the peeing in the shower thing. I was reading a thing on Reddit earlier about, because that gets brought up a lot and people are still kind of divided on it. And when I was reading the shower part, I was just thinking like cloacas do all of it. But pee is like sterile.
Yeah.
Infamously sterile.
Like I think if you pee in the shower and you're with somebody else and you haven't like inquired if they care about that, it makes you an asshole.
I mean, yeah, definitely.
And
but
I still like I don't even think I'd be like, can I pee in the shower while with another person? Because that just feels rude and weird.
But I think it's wild to like be like, ew, I'm not going to pee in the shower. That's gross. But then also spit in the shower.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like spit's worse than the pee, but that's just me.
Like, if we're going to talk about
Gamma
gross
G.
bathroom experiences, having to throw up in a toilet is objectively a horrible fucking experience.
Yeah.
That's like the grossest thing that I've done in
Yeah.
a bathroom. Because that's like, you
I
have
don't
to
think
put your face in the poop
What about
hole.
brush your teeth in a shower? Brittany asks, because she had a toothbrush in the shower for a while, and I called her crazy.
I've never done that. I don't get keeping it in there. I've never personally done that, but I do find it weird, but I'm also intrigued by the efficiency of it all. I don't know. It's a conundrum to me.
It is efficient, and I get it. Like, you see like the videos of people like, oh, gotta get ready fast in movies, and they like brushing their teeth in the shower. I can't imagine doing that. For some reason, I have a huge disconnect with water temperature and brushing my teeth.
No, I totally get that. I also have a
Like-
disconnect of like
warm mint? Fuck off. What? No.
No.
Stop it.
No, I want my chili mint. Thank you. I also think of, I don't necessarily always think of showering as a chore, but I do always think of brushing your teeth as a chore, which I learned recently is not something that,
Healthy people do.
no, like neurovanilla, not neurodivergent, non-neurospicy people, whatever the word is for those people.
The fuck? What?
Normal people. There's a different word for it.
Atypical? No, that's.
I'm glad you're struggling too. Fuck you.
Well, I'm like atypical, but like no, that's also neurodivergent.
Yeah,
typically,
non-neurodivergent people. It has never been explicitly stated to me, but apparently the process of like having to convince yourself to brush your teeth every day is not a thing that neurotypical people struggle with.
Huh.
Yeah, and I was like, no, constantly I have to like actively tell myself to brush my teeth. Easier in the morning, but at night I'm like, no, this is a thing that you have to do. You're an adult. Go do that thing. And I feel like I don't think of showers that way. So then if I were to brush my teeth in the shower, it feels like I'm like ruining a relaxing experience with a chore.
Huh. I could see that. Yeah, I think the only thing I wouldn't do in the shower is shit, like unless I had some crazy thing happening with my stomach where like I had to be in a fetal position. Because I've definitely like had like some, I think it was a kidney stone is what it ended up being, but like I was definitely in the fetal position in the shower, and I'm like, if I shit and feel better, I'll just let it happen. But outside of that, I'll do everything else in the shower. I mean, I blow my nose in the shower.
Oh, fuck yeah. It's a great place to blow your nose. You're
Dude,
steaming your fucking nostrils. It's fantastic.
I didn't even realize that was a thing.
Sorry, fact checker goes, I have been prepared to shit in the shower.
Yeah, I've been there too.
Yeah,
But,
I too have never done it, but I have been prepared to make that sacrifice as well.
I've definitely put it in my planner, but
it was penciled in, not in pen.
Luckily,
and it never had
I've had to
be.
cross it out. But I didn't start blowing my nose in the shower until I was an adult, because I remember the day. I was watching Family Guy, and it was an episode where Lois Griffin was sick, and she said, I'm going to go take a shower and blow my nose into my hands. And I'm like, you can do that?
I love that.
And
I love that this was something that somebody had to tell you was okay.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, this shit happens. Nobody tells you could blow your nose in the shower, like...
Yeah, it's kind of like nobody tells you
already...
you can stand up or, depending on who you are, sit down to wipe your ass.
But, like, yeah, then I started, like, I could just blow my nose in here, and yeah, the steam makes it feel clear, and I'm like, my nose has never been clearer in my life, and I love this, and why did Family Guy have to tell me about this?
Why was I educated by this? Where was the public schools that raised me?
It is a weird niche thing that, like, even though, like, we talk about, like, schools aren't teaching us about mortgages and taxes and shit, and that's a problem, like... Even if we had that, they weren't going to teach us to blow our noses in the shower.
No, certainly not. Also, it is crazy to me that Fact Checker just posted Family Guy was the one to tell me about antibiotics. Birth control I expected. Antibiotics is crazy.
It's about antibiotics on birth control.
Oh, the combination of the two.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant the individual existence of both. And I was like,
I didn't know antibiotics were a thing
insane.
until Stewie Griffin got sick one time. No.
Yeah. No, I was like, what the fuck? Crazier things have happened to people. It's not that wildly outlandish.
Yeah. Also,
yes,
fun fact,
PSA.
grapefruit negates a lot of birth controls too.
Yeah. Antibiotics negates birth
Wild.
control. Grapefruit negates birth control. Grapefruit also, I think, can fuck with heart medicine, if I recall correctly.
It does.
That could be total bullshit, but
it's also good for your heart, but like not after the heart's already been fucked, you know?
Yeah, it's only good for a healthy heart, you know?
You know, it's kind of like how a condom is good to prevent pregnancy, but you can't wear one after she's already pregnant. What are you doing, you donut?
I was gonna make a really fucked up joke.
I'm glad we're better people.
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
All right, so everything's covered in plastic.
I definitely won't tweet it on Blue Sky and out you.
Listen to this fucked up joke Rachel just told me.
Y'all, it's fucked.
So we reviewed a movie this week. Yeah. And a dinosaur got in the shower and then proceeded to waffle stomp whatever came out of his cloaca.
Whatever it was. Do you think it's white? You think dinosaur shit is like white like birds is?
Yeah, it's gotta be, right?
No, because they eat like...
How funny would it be if they were like owls? It's just like a whole skeleton pops out.
We gotta get through this movie.
I know. We keep stopping.
I was like really contemplating it. So Teddy Rex puts on his clothes and has sneakers, which is like 3 sneakers stitched together.
What's one for each toe?
Which I think is kind of neat. Design-wise,
of this entire film, this was the best design choice. Whichever costume person was like, "This will be funny," you were right, and we should have let you write. We should have let you design the whole film because everything else wasn't funny.
Yeah, he talks to himself. He has weirdly human eyes.
Oh my god. We also got the little disconnected arms doing things, which we never saw again, and I was really disappointed because Tina really set me up for a certain amount of crazy little detached arms that didn't get lived up to in this movie.
I do think that the T-Rex arms in this are better designed, like they're actually usable more.
Yeah, no, they're like significantly better, but that's because they had 33 million. Sorry, hold on. What's 33 minus 7?
33 minus 7?
They had 20-something million. Yeah, well, that's for Whoopi. They had 20-something million for 26. The little T-Rex arms. My friend's dog has human man eyes, is what we call them. And that's what I was reminded of this entire film, was her little human man eyes. Because that's what this dinosaur looked like, was just like a human trapped in this little animatronic dinosaur body, which is ironic because that's literally what it is.
Is it still an animatronic if it's like a suit?
No, I guess it would just be like a puppet that you're deep inside of.
You're deep inside that puppet.
I think it's kind of fucked up that throughout this whole film, they just show his dog being scared of dinosaurs.
Yeah, I think it's hilarious.
That's the best joke in the entire thing.
So he's always narrating and talking to himself, but like he gets into his truck, it has a tail storage. That's a joke. And then they zoom out of the city they live in, and it looks like Tim Burton's Gotham City from the 90s. Very, like I said, cyberpunk aesthetic, not setting.
Yeah, it's just 90s Gotham, but with dinosaur statues. Which is weird, because the dinosaurs only recently became a thing, so you'd think it would still be like a human city. But it almost looks like it's a dinosaur city that humans inhabit, and that's not reality.
The main bad guy said he created he reanimated the dinosaurs years ago, but they don't specify how many years.
It has to at least be in his lifetime. I also think, too, because I'm like, there's no way. All these dinosaurs act like they're children.
But I don't know why I thought it was 2, because it's clearly more than 2 years. There's a whole infrastructure and like dinosaurs like with like full-time jobs, and it's just like that dinosaur didn't get trained to do this in less than 2 years.
He couldn't have become a plumber in that short of a time. He needs his journeyman hours.
Vocational school is at least like 6 months. So we see Katie Coltrane, played by the crazy famous in the 90s, Whoopi Goldberg, who decided to take a year off, I guess, for this bad boy. She's a police agent and is chasing down some like legit Batman villain called Spinner, who's murdered some John Doe and is abducting his body for something. Some one-liners are exchanged and the villain gets away, but the victim's body is recovered, and then an explosion happens.
My favorite part of probably this entire film that I forgot about until I read this line again was that during the fight, she says this line where she's like, "You've been seen, you've been observed, spotted." And then she just keeps going. So it's like observed, spotted, discerned, glimpsed, perceived, distinguished. You've been identified, detected, beheld. You're like, girl, shut the fuck up. You're in a shootout. And you just pause to be like, let me list fucking 10 synonyms for I see you.
Well, rather than like try dialogue and test it to see if it worked, they just threw all the dialogue at the wall to see what worked.
You can actually see where they clip it repeatedly because it was actually filmed different times and they just liked all pieces of it.
Fact checker wants us to know what the tagline for this movie was. It's got to be good, right?
Fact checker would also like us to know that T-Rex poop was similar to owls.
I'm missing the Video Game Awards.
You know what's fun is we could see her typing and then it went away. And that was such a big disappointment for me. Oh my God.
And don't even think of calling him Barney. Oh, that's the tagline. I thought you were just saying that to me like a person would. Oh. Well.
Do you think Barney's a thing in that universe?
I mean, look, I think that this movie is a good idea. They clearly missed the mark and a mark and the concept of a mark, and they're like in the wrong building, and they're like calling the super, and they're like, there's supposed to be a mark here, and there's nothing here. But like, I feel like we could have really like chewed on some good themes in this kind of like universe of like, yeah, what if Barney the dinosaur was a thing and Theodore had to be like, that shit's racist, but we don't get to do that.
No, we just suffer.
So the dinosaur that was murdered in Black White is discovered. Teddy is talking about how all the dinosaurs have empathy and he could feel the disturbance in the force, which...
You know what fucking pisses me off? They never explain this fucking hive mind bullshit at any point. It's never, they like circle back to it, I think one more time, like officially, and then they side mention it a couple of times. Never At any point, do they explain why all dinosaurs are interconnected with emotional empathy and fucking vision dreams of people dying?
Well, like I said, like this movie again, it had a good idea, and they're like, oh yeah, the dinosaurs have like kind of an empathy kind of thing, but then they didn't elaborate on it. It just got cut on the fucking floor.
You know where they should have talked about it? The title scroll would have helped a lot.
But yeah, this movie is like, what if we take that TV show Dinosaurs, because their costumes are very much like dinosaurs from the 90s also. But like, what if we take dinosaurs and made it into cyberpunk noir?
You hear that, Cyberpunk 2077? I want these mods ready by next week. Let's go. This is the final bingo card final bingo slot I have for my card before I get blackout. So I need this to happen.
I'd say that mod is already a thing, but like, I feel like they're working on better things instead. So there's a news broadcast about Elazar Kane is reviving the extinct raccoons because this is what billionaire tycoons do in the far, far cyberpunk future. Teddy goes to the fancy pants party looking for Commissioner Lynch to talk about the murdered dinocide they call it. And we, the audience, learned that Elazar Kane created all the dinosaurs, quote unquote, years ago, which we already talked about. We don't know when. But that Teddy is his crowning achievement.
Also, as a true Bond villain-esque character, he has a side piece that I think actually like is kind of smart and intelligent and involved, which is a neat little plot difference. But her British accent initially, I was like, did they have her fake this so that it would sound fancier and more Bond villainy? And guess what? The answer is yes. She's from America. Was not raised in Britain.
Yeah, she's supposed to be a doctor, so yeah, she's definitely smart. The only thing I remember her from is she played one of the vampire bad guys in Buffy.
Yes, that is what I too found out when I Googled her.
Spike's paramour. Anyway,
I think it's fucking dumb.
Yeah.
This is also where we learn that Theodore Teddy is a recovering carnivore, and I don't understand why they can't still eat meat. Like, well, cows exist, fish exists.
We know that there's meat in this, and that I feel like the dinosaurs are allowed to eat meat, but I feel like he is taking the decision to be vegetarian, or sorry, pescatarian, because he does eat like shrimp later.
I think he eats krill or something like that with a hefty side of seaweed.
Yeah, so like he's definitely just doing this either for ethical reasons, which I don't understand, or maybe this could have been explained with the whole like I have empathy with all dinosaurs and like I empathize with the herbivores, so I take that stance. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, or like this was built into the dinosaur genetics so that they don't want to eat people.
But no, fuck that.
Yeah.
There's a guy, Alex Summers. I wrote his name down. He doesn't matter. They convinced the commissioner to promote Teddy to be the first ever dino detective. There's a bit here I don't understand. They say they're teaming him up with Cold Blank because there's an explosion or some shit. And then we see an action hero, but then Katie Coltrane walks up and pushes him aside, and then.
It's because women are incapable, Gamage, so they're like, we have to introduce her second to a man with big guns, because he had big arms.
It was just like, okay. Like, if this was the audience's first time seeing her, but like, who was the big muscle guy?
That's a great fucking question. I feel like they were just trying to say that she's like B-list, but they did it in such a weird fucking way that you're just like, what?
Also, like, there's a whole subplot with her going on where she, like, was on suspension for a while and she just now got her badge back. We don't know why she was suspended. That'd be maybe interesting character development. Also, she has, like, an ex-boyfriend whose son she's, like, hangs out with, and we don't understand the story behind that at all. It remains to be seen.
I don't even remember if he gets named at any point in this.
He does. I wrote down and erased so many notes of like this kid, but like they do say his name
like once,
but I don't remember it.
Or did
Fact
I just
checker? Don't look it up. I'm moving
black
on.
out the whole time.
We're like an hour into this.
Yeah. Anyway, women are incapable. So here's Katie Coltrane.
Yeah, they're like your partners, and Katie is just like he's a dinosaur. Like 8 times. I'm not kidding. Like, he's a dinosaur. He's a dinosaur. Because
He's
it's
a
like finding out.
dinosaur.
Because it's like finding out that your partner is just like a snake, and you're like, that's a snake in disbelief.
That's a snake.
That's a snake. That's a snake.
Gamage, that's a snake.
Dr. Snake. It's a snake.
No, that's a snake. But
That's
look at
how
his
she
little
says
lab
it?
coat. That's a snake.
That is how she says it, and that I think was the only time I laughed. Realistically, I think she's being racist because race is a theme in this movie, I guess, but
Oh, so poorly done.
very much so. We see that the guy who killed the dinosaur, Edge, is working with Elazar Kane, who still plans to fire missile to make an ice age.
I'm sorry,
guess.
the vampire dude is named Edge.
It is, yes.
Oh my god.
Did you not catch that?
No. That's so bad.
This movie, Rachel, is trying so hard to be good. It's doing its best. Like, the dynamic of this movie is very tried and true throughout this time. It's the grizzled old hard-ass cop with like the kind of goofy amateur rookie. But Whoopi Goldberg just comes across as mean because I guess the deal that happened outside of this movie, which would be fine if Teddy bounced it out. But it's not happening because Teddy's like way too goofy, and it ends up their personalities just become like clashing because they're like just too far in the spectrum.
There also normally with that trope comes with at least the expectation that the grizzled older cop that's been doing this for a while like is really, really good at their job and they're just like off-putting to work with. But this is like actively acknowledged that that multiple people think both parties are wildly incompetent, which ruins the trope. Because even in like Detroit Become Human, Hank was a drunk, but he's not like bad at his job.
No,
and
he's
Whoopi just
the
comes
best.
across as this like washed up detective who's aloof.
Very much so. So yeah, like because on paper, like you tell me you got a first draft for like a buddy cop cyberpunk noir movie with a Bond style supervillain starring a talking T-Rex and Whoopi Goldberg in the 90s, I would have handed you a blank check, which I think is what happened here.
It has to be.
Because
Like
they had
there's
a
no
blank
other
check.
reason.
33 million.
They should have taken more. Perhaps they could have been the next Fifth Element.
Money clearly wasn't the issue with this movie.
Well, so they're suddenly assigned as partners now, and then they get in Teddy's fun little van that his tail fits into. And then they go through like the oddest series of events because they get into this car and he can't turn his head because he's a giant fucking man in a puppet suit. So he's just facing directly towards the camera and like at most occasionally his weird little giant man eyes flick over to Whoopi. But so they can't really have a conversation because they're trapped in this vehicle and he can't turn the body of the suit. And then they're like, we need to go to where they would investigate a dead dinosaur body, which implies that this has like never happened before. So they have to puzzle out where they would take the body, which is also weird. And then they're like, obviously it would be the Natural History Museum. I don't know if you caught this. They get in the car. They have this dumb fucking conversation where they can't look at each other. And then they pull 2 feet forward and they hit the sign for the museum because that's already where they were.
Yeah, it's that was kind of a fun gag that I would have liked in a normal movie. But this movie is like already like trying to hand feed me jokes. And just because one like had like the easy cheese on it, that doesn't sate my hunger any less.
No, I feel like a dog when you're trying to get them to take medicine. So you keep wrapping it in like ham and the like you just said, the easy cheese that comes out of the little aerosol can. And you're just like hoping that he doesn't, for the 15th time, spit the pill out after eating the ham and the aerosol cheese. That's how I felt.
So they go to the morgue where the dead dino, Oliver Rex, is being forensicked.
By a dinosaurologist, because that's super the name of the kind of scientist that does that.
Well, what would you call it? A dino... Yeah, dinoologist.
No, they would just still be, okay, so like a paleontologist studies fossils
Girl,
of dinosaurs.
I understand what the joke was.
Yeah, I just like, I can't even with this, Gamage. This was too far for me. We're moving on. So the dinosaurologist is a profession that actually exists.
Teddy stands over Oliver and mimes hacking up a hairball like a cat. I'm not even kidding. It's exactly like that. And this is maybe what his psychic powers look like because it leads to a piece of exploded butterfly.
This was probably the only scene in the movie where I audibly laughed because I read your description of the hacking up a hairball and I was like, what? And then I got to that scene and was like, oh my God, this is so accurate. He's just like,
it's absolutely what's happening.
But then he also grunts. It's so good. It's well done. It made me giggle.
Teddy and Katie follow the clues to a bar where Oliver's widowed wife, Molly, is a singer. We learn that Teddy is a pescatarian, while Katie makes generalizations about Teddy's race, which is what this movie is, lazy metaphor.
Their conversation about him not eating meat also gets so out of hand so fast, and he starts, like, screaming at her about it.
Yeah, like,
and it's all very dramatic.
Like, I think he's, like, trying to do this to, like, cut back on his anger or something, because, like, several times in the movie he's like, I don't have an anger issue, and then all of a sudden he's like, bah! Like...
Yeah, he's a very, like, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, sort of a, like, all right, this is the office guy that I work with now.
There's a better way to have done this, and they did not do that. They missed the mark. They're on the wrong block. Like, boss, there's supposed to be a mark here, right?
Attempts were made.
Molly comes out and sings, but it sounds like she's passing out, and the stiff expression on the dino suit doesn't help. Like, picture a lounge version of Shy Ronnie. Like, you know that Saturday Night Live skit with, like,
yeah.
I don't blame the actress, legendary Carol Kane, because it's clear that she wasn't given good direction. I know she could do better. She has done better, but, like, she is definitely just kind of, like, falling asleep, and I don't think she's physically in the dinosaur suit. I think she's just providing voices.
Yeah, probably. That'd be fucking funny. What'd you guys do on this film? Well, we shoved Carol Kane into a dinosaur puppet, and that's what we accomplished this week. All for the cool price of $33 million. I feel like they wasted all of the, like, facial mechanics in the puppet on Teddy.
Yeah.
Because I don't think she made a single fucking expression. Like, I don't think her eyebrows really move or anything. Meanwhile, every fucking part of Teddy's face moves like that goddamn skeleton from Halloween Town.
Yeah. I think that they went lazy on her because, like, I think they're trying to go for, like, sultry eyes, and, like, it just, the way it was designed, I feel like by the time they got to the point where they were doing it sultry eyes, are like, she just looks like she's passing out. Like, that's what a heroin nod looks like.
They should have just, like, really leaned into it, man. Like, she got Botox. She's a performer.
Yeah. The entire time that the singing is taking place, Patchy Cephalosaur is being racist and, like, belching at Katie every time she looks away. This was stupid, and I loved it.
That part.
He just, like, every time...
He just really happily would belch in her face and then do that thing where you, like, tip-tap your hands on the counter in front of you and, like, walk himself back over to his bowl of nuts. It was so good. Also, how often do you think humans eat dinosaurs in this?
Eat dinosaurs?
Yeah. Like, there has to be a group of rich people that are like, I'm gonna fucking eat those guys.
I want to eat, yeah, I want to eat
They're not
that.
real people. I'm gonna eat them.
I feel like I feel like dinosaurs were already cloned before Kane came around. Like, dinosaurs are cloned and, like, wow, we have dinosaurs, we're able to make dinosaur meat. But then Kane came along and surprisingly did some ethical shit where it's just like, I made dinosaurs and they have brains and they're people now. We don't eat people. And, like, I think that's kind of what led here.
So you think, like, we've
kind of
already
weird, like, I don't think Kane... Yeah, I think that there was already a process in place. I don't think Kane just, like, bust the door down and be like, I made dinosaur people, change all of the infrastructure.
I mean, that's kind of what the last guy in the last film was trying to do.
Yeah. So they talk to Molly, who points them to New Eden before splitting off for the night. Teddy's driving home, and he's attacked by ninjas, I guess. They're like monkey ninjas. Katie is learning about the cloned victim from earlier, which points towards Kane and New Eden again. Katie catches up to Teddy to learn that he doesn't have a gun because he's a pacifist. But then in the next scene, Teddy is losing his shit and growling at the police, secretary. He's just like, I don't know what he is. He's
like the front desk guy, but
Yeah,
apparently
but he's
he
like-
hands out the vehicles. So is he the valet?
yeah.
The police valet.
The interactions in this movie are fucking weird, I wrote. Katie is overcritical of Teddy and also defensive in the same sentence.
Like a sibling.
I wrote.
I wrote.
I don't.
I said.
Yeah, I said this. I wrote this yesterday, but I don't know if I believe it or remember it because, like, this is one of those movies where I'm like, I'm writing this down so that I can talk about it
Because this
like,
movie is going to immediately get Men in Blacked from my brain right after I'm done.
it is going to pass like bad shrimp in an hour. And this is something that like stuck with me the whole movie is I don't mean to body shame anyone in this movie, but a skin-tight cat suit on Whoopi Goldberg was some level of decision.
My issue with it is the like inconsistency in the style of design. Because like obviously they were still trying to go for cyberpunk. But then you have the dinosaur that's just wearing like a turtleneck and sneakers. You're like, can
Is
we
he wearing a turtleneck?
pick a lane? Yeah, he was wearing a turtleneck before he changed outfits.
Well, I think he was like a desk cop or something, and she's like a legitimate police enforcer thing.
Cybertronic
I just-
thing that we never get explained that either.
It's just that like the kind of suit she's wearing, I don't think is very flattering on Whoopi Goldberg. I'm not saying Whoopi Goldberg's like frumpy or anything like that. I'm just saying that like the flow chart that led to this is like, really?
Insult Whoopi Goldberg again.
We could have given her
I
some
dare
like
you.
fucking. We could have given her some dope fucking like cyber armor and shit, like rubber shit you found at the Halloween store. You were already there for all the dinosaur shit, trust me. But like they could have made her look cooler and not just be like, put her in tights. Put her in tights, please.
Somebody just really wanted Whoopi Goldberg in tights. And that's what we've learned from this costume design.
Well, they paid $7 million for it. So Teddy's getting new clothes via holograms, which makes him speak Spanish and Hawaiian.
I love that this scene was just bullying because he comes in and he's like really nice and pleasant to the desk lady. And then she repeatedly puts him in different outfits where he's like, no, please, undercover clothes. Please, no, undercover clothes. Please, no, undercover clothes. And she's just fucking with him until Whoopi comes in and is like, stop.
Yeah, and she's clearly going out of her way to do it too. Like, oh, Mexican, haha.
Yeah.
Here's a poncho and a mustache.
Here you go. Also, okay, I have a note about this later, but I don't understand what the fuck is going on because he's like, no, I want to be undercover. And then she's like, Whoopi comes in and goes, make him look like a cop. He's a real cop now. And that doesn't make any fucking sense because how are you going undercover? And then he goes undercover, quote unquote, but also he's bringing Whoopi with him everywhere and she's clearly fucking RoboCop for this society. And I don't understand. Like, you're not undercover, sir. You're just wearing a hoodie. That's not how this works.
I mean, like, he was wearing, like, yeah, his new outfit looks the exact same as his old one. The newer one kind of looks like Beverly Hills Cop, I suppose.
He switched from a turtleneck and a trench coat to a fucking hoodie and a leather jacket. So I'm like, sure, you want more casual, but again, you're not undercover if you're bringing the fucking... like, you can't then get in the police car and drive it to the scene of the crime and then be like, I'm undercover. Nobody saw me get out of this.
Well, like I said, like, they're definitely going for, like, a Beverly Hills Cops, like, aesthetic.
Yeah. It's just, again, poorly executed. There was a mark, and you didn't hit it.
The lead character, Katie, was originally a white male with Kurt Russell considered for the role. Imagine him in the suit. I do.
I would love to imagine Kurt Russell in that suit.
Well, because it would have been kind of close to Escape from New York or San Francisco. I forget which one was first. So they get into their new garbage police truck, which is full of garbage. I don't know what this is or why it's here. They're like, go out and they're like, there's our car, I guess. Nobody told them to go into the garbage truck. They just
assumed.
go into the garbage truck.
Yeah. There's a lot of sets for this film, which we've talked about with the 33 million. But the hockey scene was fucking such a wild, bonkers thing to be like, let's make an entire set around this.
I skipped it and I continue to skip it. Suck my dick.
That's fine. Was there a purpose in it being in there? Barely an iota of one. Was it worth being in the film? No.
The only thing I'll say about it is that they show up to kids playing hockey and they're like, they've got like, I don't know, tribal painting on I don't know what that has to do with Canadians. So they finally get around to New Eden. Control yourself.
It was just so stupid. I wasn't expecting
It's just like, I don't know why, like we'll do this Canadian thing. I know, tribal paint.
They just it's not even tribal paint. It's like shitty cyberpunk 80s. It was just little lightning bolts on the sides of their faces. They just did face paint. They're a little Technicolor gang that rollers around and hits people with hockey sticks.
So they finally get around to New Eden, where Katie just... Jesus, sorry.
You could.
No, I'm not. So they finally get around to New Eden, where Katie is just mocking the British doctor's accent. Kane discusses his methods of closing, which I glazed over. Like, he's like, yes. And then he shows a giant fucking bowl full of fish. And I'm like, white noise just hit me.
You're like, drown me in that fish, please.
They attend a dino funeral.
Do you catch that the priest for this dinosaur funeral was like holding glow sticks or trying to land a plane the whole time or some shit? Like he just kept waving it like, yep, back it up, nope, too far, back it up, the whole time.
While they're at the dino funeral, Kane's henchmen kidnap Katie's ex-boyfriend's kid, I think nephew. They never explain who this kid is. The kid does call him Pan Lo, which I actually laughed at. That's funny. Teddy walks Molly home, but that ends up at his apartment, I guess, where she ferociously seduces him.
After he tries to show her his car collection, and if there ain't nothing more virgin than that. Not like, I told my brother this because he watched the first 5 minutes with me and then departed. And he comes back and I told him this and he goes, wait, like real cars or Hot Wheels? And I was like, no, Hot Wheels.
Yeah.
Not actual cars.
What's wild about this is that I thought Molly was going to be like the murderer.
I thought so too. Like she was going to be in on it.
Because it has not been 24 hours since her husband is murdered. And they're fucking. They dance and their tails swing and knock everything over. This is the first and last time the tail is used in a gag.
Yeah, totes.
It hasn't already happened 50 times up to this point and then 50 times after this.
Also,
he also gives her a promise ring. That's fun.
I would like to correct you that she says that Oliver was not her husband and he was just another show person, which feels like a likely excuse and felt flimsy, which is part of why I also thought she was a bad guy. So I was like, there's no way that's actually a real truth.
I feel like the movie would have been more interesting, but
yeah, it's like, did you guys write it out last minute? You couldn't figure out how to fit it in there?
Like, we're going with a mystery murder thing, cyberpunk, and also James Bond spy.
It would have worked perfectly.
Like too many cooks in the kitchen, man.
Yeah. The part that I continually enjoyed about this film was that they occasionally replay that mystery child that we don't know his relation to RoboCop, saying it's a badge case for a gift that he gives Whoopi's character, and it's repeated to the point where you think it's fucking integral to the plot, and it's not, because she doesn't really experience character growth.
Well,
or
Rachel,
at any point.
It was in the first draft, but that got nixed.
Along with Molly being a bad guy.
Yeah. They learned that the butterfly bomb was made by someone named the Toy Maker, and he's located in the what they call Ninja Grid.
And he runs a dead storage company called Dead Storage Company.
Yes, a cryo storage warehouse. They go there, they talk to a stop motion character. Like, he looks like he's from Puppet Master.
Yeah, that was fucking wild.
A little Wallace and Gromit character just kind of popped up. They did rewrite a ton of the script during production. It was a big issue. Yeah, Brittany, we know. You didn't need to tell us.
It reads that way.
Like, we guessed. Like, the movie could have just been called We Rewrote a Lot of Shit.
Enjoy. Good luck following it.
Molly is taking a bath in Teddy's house, which is weird, but then gets kidnapped by the weird hairy ninjas. Katie and Teddy talk to the Toy Maker, who looks like one of the ninjas from Mortal Kombat. Like, he's dressed like Sub-Zero.
Yeah, I did like that little feature. That was fun.
So the Toy Maker outsmarts them with a bug bomb, and they shuffle away. I'm not being cute. They literally shuffle like like they're sneaking away or some shit. Like, oh, let's go slowly. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. There's a bomb and it's beeping. And I don't... Rachel, I quit this show. I
Is
can't
that
do
not
this
how
anymore.
you run away from bombs? You don't just
No, it's not.
scuttle away?
So they detain the toy maker and then torture him with farts and bad breath. It's okay. This is the only time they stoop to these jokes. They haven't done it 50 times before this and 50 times after.
I was actually really disappointed. They've just kept it so highbrow this entire time that they really like knocked themselves down a peg for this.
Right, yeah.
Also, I really liked that we had a nice full circle moment where recently you were talking about what happened to our use of chimps in movies in the 90s compared to now. And then they just randomly have a scene where there's a chimp and we get no follow-up on this chimp ever again.
There's just a monkey?
Yeah, the fucking kid is in jail somewhere in this giant compound and then he sees a chimp and he's like, all right, I'm going to take you home. And then later, spoiler, Whoopi goes to save him. And he's like, can I keep the chimp? I'm going to keep the chimp. And she's like, I don't fucking care. Like, I'm not your parent. I don't look after you. Sure, I can do whatever the fuck you want with the chimp. And then we never see the chimp again.
Yeah, they threw the kidnapped black kid into a cage with the monkey. I don't even want to think about the implications behind that. Whatever.
This is why Whoopi
there is
left
a
the
monkey.
film.
There's a monkey, and it's just, there he is. There's a chimp. We got a chimp guy because we wanted to tick off that box, I guess. And then there's no follow-up with the chimp. The chimp doesn't, like, save the day. He wasn't, like, a secret agent. Nothing. He's just a monkey.
Well, after Whoopi got the extra $2 million, they could only pay for 2 minutes of chimp airtime.
I guess. So they beat up Spinner and then force him to fly to New Eden in his weird helicopter. It looks like a Mad Max fucking design. It's garbage. Katie is kidnapped immediately, but then breaks free and runs to nowhere.
Pretty much. Also, like, I know that they've had a couple clues that, like, things are circling back to Eden, but I don't really feel like at any point they uncovered any real evidence or information that points them directly to Cain murdering people.
Rewrites.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know if this is just because I'm not really watching or what.
Yeah. Cain fires off his poor CGI rocket and then gives some bad Bond villain speech and shows that he froze Molly sometime. The plan is also to free Teddy so that they wake up in the new world together and repopulate T-Rexes. Teddy frees Molly, not with his tail. That didn't happen. To, like, circle back. I don't know. And then Katie gets shot a lot, and then Teddy gets shot, but then he didn't get shot. And then Katie is malfunctioning because she's also a robot, kind of, I guess.
Sort of, perhaps. Also, we have I don't remember
them saying anything about her being a robot.
No, they do. They make 2 comments about it. And I kept track of this one. One is where she like goes to talk to the guy who's at the morgue for the people, not the dinosaur morgue. And he's like, "Oh, you got wired back up?" And she's like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Oh, I see they still kept your level of mean and didn't like dull you down or some shit when they wired you back up." And
That's
then
wild. Later,
her and Teddy have a conversation where she tells him that she is part computer, and he is like, "Oh, you're like
I remember that.
part computer?" And she's like, "Yeah." And he goes, "That must be classified. I didn't know that existed." And she goes, "It is. Let's not talk about it." And then they walk away.
Well, that's like the closest thing to have to like an interaction of like, I trust you. You're my partner now. Like
yeah.
They put that in there in place of any kind of other scene.
Well, in Gamage, then there's this scene after they both sort of don't sort of get shot and sort of don't get shot and whatever the fuck happened to the two of them. They have like a nice full circle partner moment where she's like, "You know what? You're right. You as a cop who's currently chasing bad men that are literally trying to nuclear warfare our planet, you don't need a gun. You're right. Brains have bullets," which is a fucking psychotic thing to say to somebody.
Yeah. And then Teddy is chasing after Kane's truck, but then stops for like 10 minutes. Like he picks up a gun and then remembers Katie's words, brains have bullets. And he's like, no. And then he throws it down and instead spends 10 minutes fucking makeshifting a grapple hook with some shit he found. And then, does catch up to Kane's truck, even though it should be long fucking gone by now. And then, uses the grapple hook to stop, to pull out Kane, and then grabs the remote that he had in his pocket and stops the Ice Age nuke. Huzzah.
There's always a convenient way to stop the giant bomb. Nobody ever just has it's off. I've put no failsafe in.
Nuclear weapons are complicated. There are so many steps involved that there would also be so many steps to stop it.
No, I just mean
that's just...
if you were somebody that wanted to destroy the Earth, I just can't imagine being like, no, I'm going to put in a way for us to fucking cancel this shit last minute.
I'm with you. I'm just saying that, like, I hate that it's always, like, some simple shit like this.
Yeah.
Like, that shit's never simple.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You don't like that it's, like, a very cut and dry, you push the button,
it should not be
and then
just
it's
a
done.
button.
Yeah, no. No, it should not.
So rather than spend the movie giving us some sort of message, we go to an award ceremony where Commissioner Lynch just tells us about adversity and shit, because that was the message.
My thing is, like, some sort of message or any fucking wrap-up with any character about anything, ever, anywhere, regarding anything. But there's none of that. And then there's my favorite part about this scene, though, is that the dinosaur that's been hitting on Whoopi the whole film is there. And I'm like, I love that this implies that Theodore was like, you know who I'm going to invite to this? Somebody you fucking hate. And I'm going to make you guys sit next to each other. He's not my friend. I just know that he's been hitting on you, and I want to support this.
And then, yes, the movie ends, not with a bang or even a whimper, but like the miserable dribble of an edging session that just went 2 seconds too far.
Yeah, pretty much.
I laughed out loud, though, when the movie didn't say the end. It just said, see ya.
Yeah, that was a choice.
What?
See me where? Because I'm never coming back here ever again.
I banned myself from the store.
Yeah, I can't even come back to Blockbuster after watching this.
Okay, Rachel, did you like this movie?
No.
Would you recommend this movie?
Not even a little bit.
Anybody? What about a coma? Would you recommend putting it in a coma wing so that one of them would actually wake up to turn it off?
Yeah, actually, that might work. If you put it on repeat, I give it like 2 iterations before somebody's like, no. Oh, you know what, though? I feel like, honestly, this movie would be great for the simulation of like what Alzheimer's does to the brain. Because you'd watch it, and then you'd forget it, and then you'd watch it again, and then forget it, and then watch it again, and then forget it.
Yeah. So,
yeah. Moving on.
What do you want from me? Like, this has gone on long enough. Let's talk about music.
Thank God.
I've been listening to Hayley Williams lately. If you don't know, she is the singer from Paramore.
What?
This is, yes.
The Hayley Williams?
Oh, did you not know? Or is this a funny haha joke?
It's not funny or haha. I'm just being an ass.
So, yes, this is her solo stuff. Paramore's still alive and active. I don't know who's in it anymore. I know it's been a rocky road. I did recommend the Paramore album After Laughter. I didn't know if it was on this podcast or if it was before we were doing that. Like, I think it might have just been to you, but it was a good 80s synthy album. And I'm like, whoa. It slapped. I think maybe it just didn't do well commercially. I don't know. I don't pay attention to that side of the music. But no, all of that, fuck off, stupid. This is her solo stuff that she released earlier this year. Easily one of the best albums I've heard this year. You ever get tired of saying that? I don't. But the album is called...
It's been a good year, man. So no, I'm not tired of saying it. I'm actually I've been on what good shit is going to sneak out in the next week that I'm going to have to listen to before we hit this episode.
Like I have like my list. Like I have my list of my best of stuff. And I'm like, God, please don't change anything.
Something could be dethroned. Who's to say?
Like there's so many singles that don't have an album. I have a whole list of singles without homes. That sounds really bad when I say it out loud.
And this is where we get into our ad, where we'd like to ask you, if you have spare room, would you like to house a single this holiday season?
Anyway,
Use them
the
for your
album.
wacky plot device and a Hallmark type sort of a thing that you have going on with your family, because being honest is something that no people can ever do.
So the album is called Ego Death at a Bachelorette Party. Have you heard this album yet?
No, but I like the title.
It's really good. It's beautiful, like alt pop that has like many, many layers of music. I really wasn't expecting this album, and I got it, and it was good.
I love that for you.
Thank you. My favorite song is Good Old Days, which is very like R&B and soul. Like, I want to go back in time and take the song and say, this is the chick from Paramore, and I could laugh at you out of the room. It's fun. Lyrically perfect. I'm not even kidding. The writing of this album is so good. Like, all the lyrics are really, like, this is one to like pull up the lyrics and just follow along, because like they're really well done. I also recommend Kill Me, which I guess is about being the daughter and having your mother kind of like unload her issues on you. Like, I get a lot of familiar vibes from this, because like that is one of the lines. Like, I'm the eldest daughter, and I don't have kids, and
here's
like,
my baggage.
I'm kind of seen as useless to my mother. Just kill me. It's a great album.
Yeah.
The biggest song on the album is Parachute, I think. And that's also the capital B banger. Like, I think that's the one that got the most listens to. Because it's about like falling for somebody and then like them letting you down. And this song it's very poppy, but like she does like the way she kind of like does her like kind of rage emotion voice. Like, you can hear the Paramore in it. So good.
I'm really hyped about this.
It's a good album.
She's still married to her husband?
I think so. I know that there was kind of like, I think there might have been some issues, but I think they might have covered it now, because she's Christian and she probably believes in marriage and shit. She's only been married once. Yeah, but there's also a song on this album which I think is the first overtly Christian song, called True Believer.
Oh,
because
interesting.
like Paramore is Christian. They're not making Christian music, but like they're like a religious band. True Believer, I think, is the first song I ever heard where I'm like, this is a Christian song, but it is about bad Christians. Like, it's like, you're not a true believer. Like one of the lines is like, the South will not rise again until it's paid for all of its sins. It's like, it's lyrically incredible album. All of the songs on here are great.
I'm hyped.
So that's Hayley Williams. My recommendations are Good Old Days, very R&B and soul, love it. Kill Me, and Parachute.
Hell yeah. This week I've been listening to Deb Never, and I normally don't deep dive as far as Gamage goes. But I have even less of a deep dive for you because I've been ill. So, Deb Never does like, it's like hip hoppy, but it gets mixed with like a grungy punk aesthetic. And that's, I think, like the best way to describe her music. But she does a couple cool features on other people's songs. The ones that I'm going to suggest to you guys are Sardines, which that one's with Audrey Nuna and Deb Never. And then another one where she's a feature and is more of like in tandem with another person, but it sounds really cool, is Push by Slow Thai and Deb Never. Slow Thai being spelled like the word slow and the word Thai as in Thai food, but put together. No spaces.
Yeah, Slow Thai. Slow Thai is a great musician too.
Uh-huh.
He did the song, what's the song he did with Gorillaz? It was one of my favorites.
I don't remember the title, but I do know what you're talking about.
Momentary Bliss. That was an incredible song.
I feel like there's a lot of Gorillaz songs that are like featuring other artists because they're building that whole.
Well, that was the whole point of Gorillaz. Is Gorillaz was built out of Damon Albarn of Blur in like I just want to make fucking tunes and collaborate with every motherfucker. I want to make the entire band Gorillaz is collaboration. That's the whole fucking point. And that's what they keep doing, and it's awesome.
My thing that I like about them is that it's less like collaboration in the sense of like, I just want you to be part of something that's like my style.
Yeah.
And more of a true collaboration where it really is oftentimes like a fusion of these two like really good artists.
I
And
mean,
it's
like,
just
yeah,
fucking neato. They do a good
if you
job.
listen to like Gorillaz, like album after album after album, you could see that like it is a constant just spider web of genres and like different kinds of sounds, because like it is, nothing sounds like another song. It is just mass collaboration, and like, yeah, like you said, it's not like, hey, come do vocals for my rock song. No,
Yeah.
it's like, what music do you do so we could fucking get into that?
Yep. And it's fucking cool. And go Gorillas.
Go Gorillaz.
But yeah, so those are the two featurings by Deb Never, and then the two that are like just straight up her songs are 5 o'clock and Dope Sick. Dope Sick being one song, just with a space.
It is worth saying it's Deb Never, DEB. I thought it was Dead Never, and I'm
no,
like, that sounds dope.
Deb Never, sorry. Deb, as
Like-
in the
like
name
Deborah.
Debbie. Deborah.
Deborah Never.
Deborah. Deborah would never. How dare you?
Anyway, that was a show. Thanks for stopping by. Get out of my house.
I can't wait for Whoopi Goldberg to sue us. Thank you for listening.
It's
If
no
you
time
like
to
what
come.
you heard or you're Whoopi Goldberg, please like and subscribe on whatever your most favoriteest podcasting places. If you want us to talk about a thing, you can email us at WHTPAH, that's with at gmail.com. Or you can follow us on Instagram at we have that podcast at home. I forgot the name of our podcast for a second. And that's all just one giant word that's spelled correctly. Or you can follow us on WTPAH on Blue Sky. Let's would on Blue Sky. World Gamage will be revealing the fucking joke that I made at the beginning that I didn't say to anybody else. Then next week we're doing one more dinosaur movie. Thank God it's almost fucking over. I've been off-brand and not excited about dinosaur movies, Rachel.
And I'm off-brand Gamage, and I love dinosaur movies. I only heard the last bit because I really just tone out when you go on about Twitter and shit.
That's fine. We're done
goodbye.
now. This has been We Have That Podcast at Home.